God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. We have a month of NBA action in the books. Let's now take a moment to look at the Rookie of the Year. It's always exciting to see the new blood making their presence felt. You look at Johnson. What a rookie year he's having, guys, atop the rankings right now. And even though it might be a tight call, he's definitely the favorite.
And what a feeling right now for him. I mean, sitting on top of the heap of all that young talent.
Yeah, he's a clear #1 right now. Nobody even close to passing.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Vucevic, and it's Walsh in at the 4 slot. Johnson is checked in for Scotty Barnes. Sam Hauser's checked in for the Celtics. Well, Stan, the season's midway point is fast approaching. Is fatigue right now a consideration for these teams?
Well, if it is, Kevin, then that team's going to be in real trouble when we get to February or March. This is the time to be ramping up, not wearing down.
Pass to Pritchard. No good on the 3.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Guys, back over to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie.
Deep into the game, his team is lagging, and he's been unable to help. Brutal performance from him.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And how about we check out the group of rookies with the best percentages from the cherry stripe this season? And you look at Johnson, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
Yeah, he doesn't miss that many, does he? I mean, great skill level to go with his obvious talent. He's taking full advantage every time he draws a whistle.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And Williams with the stuff.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Back to Pritchard. And no good. The try spell continuing for him.
Hey, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious. Familiar results for him. He can't get anything together.
And here is Johnson. He's got 5, pocket 6, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
So Boston going with almost an entire new grouping. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Nikola Vucevic.
I'm really not too surprised to see the rebounding numbers trail off a bit. He's a veteran player getting up there in years, and what comes with that is some changes to physicality and intentional adjustments to playing style. Even though his rebounding output has declined, that veteran presence and basketball IQ continue to grow.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Gonzalez passes to Garza. Nice ball movement by Boston. Back to Hauser. Boston, no good that time either. We're at the end of the first quarter. What a blowout already in this one. It's the Raptors just dominating this one. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Sam Hauser, and it's Gonzalez in at the point guard position. Hauser misses.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
At one time, pretty much just a three-point specialist, Sam Hauser, coach, is now cranking up the defense.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can come into the league and maybe carve out a niche with just one skill. But usually what you have to do is take that one skill and build on it so that you can be a consistent rotation player. Sam Hauser has done that, and as you said, he's added the defense to his shooting ability.
Here's Harper, and he makes good on the layup.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against Los Angeles. Johnson kicks to Yurtseven, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
The Raptors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in, and then for Boston. Walsh is checked in, and Jaylen Brown subbed in for Harper.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Johnson can't hit. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
And two teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Back to White. There's the three. Toronto grabs the miss. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That is so true. Shams, thank you very much for the report.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You gotta play smart.
Down low, Johnson draws the double. Quickly the pass to Johnson. Puts up a three, hangs on the trifecta. Johnson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Pass to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Garza, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Johnson against... Oh, look at that!
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Brown inside the line. That makes it 7 straight misses for him. Definitely not the start he was looking for. And slam dunk by Johnson.
Tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then, he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness. Over in the corner, Barnes. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 6 assists in the game.
Short corner, but not an easy corner. Barnes knocking that one down.
Round the pass to Vucevic. Outside, White. Here's Garza. And a miss there on the triple.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Johnson. And then jammed down as he goes right over to Nikola Vucevic.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Toronto.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes...
And so it's the Toronto Raptors able to put on a show for the ages. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
We know the draft's an inexact science, even with all that prep that goes into it. So congrats to the teams that chose these 5 rookies.
Yeah, we've seen scouting make or break a franchise. Hey, it makes or breaks a studio team. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Raptors.
They're efficient. They play to their strengths. That puts guys in a position to succeed. Yeah, they take shots they feel confident about. If they don't feel confident, they make the next pass.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. The Celtics also with a sub. Hauser's checked in. We've got Yurtsevin. Johnson is out there with Pippen. And Murray Boyles in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pritchard from outside drills the 3-pointer. Pritchard's got 10.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Johnson outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Celtics have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And it's Vucevic missing.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Hauser with the ball. Still scoreless.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. And here's Johnson outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Over in the corner, White. Pass to Walsh. It's Vucevic, top of the key. Yurtsevin with the rebound. Yurtsevin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Johnson, the pass to Yurtsevin. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Yurtseven's got 5 now.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Vucevic down low. He's defended by Yurtseven. To stop the run, Pritchard from outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Yurtseven's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the basket by Johnson.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Open for 3. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's the Raptors delivering the blowout. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. They've got Jaylen Brown. And it's Queta in at the 5 down low. Brown, good. Brown's got 15 points in just the second half.
And over time, we've seen Brown ease into accepting more responsibility on offense. He's now a dangerous scorer.
So, as a coach, during this long season, how do you keep your players engaged?
That's a great question, Kevin, but I got to tell you, I think it comes more to the players than the coaches. I think as a coach, you try to be consistent. You're always a little worried about fatigue. You've got to be concerned about the work and rest balance, both mentally and physically. But the players just have to be professional and get themselves ready to play on a daily basis.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Pass to Gonzalez. Brown against Johnson. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Vucevic checked in for the Celtics.
Number 4.
And Boston has possession. Boston, no good that time either. They set the pick. Here's Johnson. Outside for Pippen. Pass to Johnson. Good on the triple. Johnson's got 40 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now Vucevic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, moving Vucevic inside's like trying to move a brick wall.
Johnson, the pass to Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Back to Gonzalez. Here's Garza. Knocks down the 3 ball. Garza's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He had such a sweet 3-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And there it is for him. Brown's got 20.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
Inside, and the dunk by Dick.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Brown wide open, he fires. It's not going to go for him.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Johnson finds Dick. Misses the three. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Walsh is checked in, and it's wide in for Sam Hauser.
Guys, the moment Vooch gets that ball in the paint, he can beat you in so many different ways.
Now Pritchard hits the three-point bomb.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Johnson, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
Brown outside. Pass to White. 6 on the shot clock. No one covering.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Johnson.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Gillespie. That's in coming off an assist from Johnson.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Murray bowls, and again, Toronto with the triple.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down. See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball.